channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Shabbeauty and I make makeup video, and please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. That will make me so happy. First of all, I chopped off my hair because I couldn't handle my hair. It was falling, it was like everywhere, and the weather is so hot that I had no choice but to cut my hair, and I actually like it so much. And I have never, maybe when I was a little, then I had like this kind of hair. In summer, like this is like the best haircut that you can go for. Enough of my hair. So for today's video, what I want to do is to try out. I've been seeing so many videos about how like people are applying powder before foundation. Like in normal step, like everyone do the classic step. It's like you do your moisturizer, primer, and then foundation, concealer, and then you apply powder in the end to set everything. But in internet, like people are trying out using powder first and then applying foundation later. So I'm like, how is that possible? Isn't like powder going to, you know, make the foundation, I don't know, like become like, you know, very dry or patchy or something like that? I always thought that. I have never tried it before, but it claims to be very long lasting, plus it minimizes your pores, and plus it looks flawless. So I really want to try that out with you guys, show you if it works. I don't know why, but today my eyes are like red and it's feeling very dry. Ugh. Plus I'm going to show you guys the close-up of my face, the pores, and we will see the difference before and after, so you guys can see that if it works or not, and even you guys can try it. I would always advise you not to do all this trying business before you are going out in an event or you have something special. Don't try out this stuff before going there, because if you mess up, you cannot go back. So if you're just at home bored like me, then you can try out and experiment with all these things. I'm going to zoom you guys, show you my before, and then we will get on with applying the powder and foundation business. My skin just moisturized, and you can see some pores. You can see I have like pretty large pores. We're talking about how the pores reacts to this process that we're gonna do. So let's see if it fills my pore up, so you guys can see my skin. Yeah, that was my close-up of my skin. As you guys saw, I have pretty large pores, and I want to do everything possible to minimize my pores. And if there are claims in internet saying this helps you to do that, to solve your problems, so I'm ready to try it. It's not like I'm going to do surgery or something, but it is just like we're just switching the method of our regular makeup method, if that makes sense. So let's just roll with it. And my eyes are not cooperating today, so I'm just going to use a primer, using Wet n Wild primer, because it minimizes my pores. But you know what, if this method minimizes your pores, then why are we using a primer? This method already claims you to minimize your pores and looking flawless, so I think I'm going to skip primer. I have like two loose powders. One is drugstore, one is high-end that I use it every day. So this is by Essence, and this is by Kat Von D Lock-It powder in translucent, and also this is in translucent. So I thought, why don't I do one side drugstore and one side high-end Kat Von D. And I really like this powder because it is so smooth and it really melts in your skin. This is also okay, but I prefer Kat Von D better than the Essence Stay All Day Translucent Powder. But I don't mind this. But if I have to compare between these two, I would prefer the Kat Von D because this is more smooth in texture compared to this one. But let's just try it out. So my right side is going to be high-end powder. My left side is going to be the drugstore. I'm going to focus on the areas where I get oily, but I think I'm going to put everywhere just to see how it looks. I really don't know if you're supposed to put a lot or oh my god, I look like a ghost. What is happening? I'm applying it with Beauty Blender because I've seen a lot of people who have tried this have used Beauty Blender to apply this. Apply powder in both the side and then we will proceed to the foundation. This one is more like a baby powder. I think this is getting over.
2 hours later.
Drugstore one is more like literally white compared to the Kat Von D one. I used this side for the higher end and this side is for the drugstore, so I'm not mixing any powder together, so we get some results, like different results. Now that we have powder everywhere, compared to my mirror, it looks much less comparing to my viewfinder. It looks like. So for the foundation today, I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in the shade Golden Beige. So I'm going to coat pretty good amount. So I'm going to use the Balm of Beauty Blender to blend. Same amount. Oh, you know what? It does not feel tacky at all. It feels really matte. Doesn't feel sticky or something. Kat Von D side. This side is the drugstore side, and personally, I don't see any difference. When I looked really closely in the mirror, I saw like the Kat Von D side, my pores were really invisible. Like you could not see, it looks very smooth. You could not see my pores. But in the drugstore side, looks really, it does look smooth, but this side looks smoother. And I can see really tiny pores. It's not like flawless at all, but the Kat Von D side looks really smooth, looks very like the pores have minimized a bit. I'm just taking a concealer by Lottie, and I'm just going to focus on the areas. Taking a small brush, and I'm just going to tap on the places where I need coverage. I am going to use this concealer. So guys, I did my eye makeup. I think I'm going to tell you my final verdict if it worked or not for me. And before that, let's do the bronzer, the highlight, lipstick and all that jazz. Ready to tell you my verdict on this, if it worked. After applying all this powder foundation thing, my makeup went very smoothly, didn't smudged off my foundation or something like that. Everything looks okay to me. I would say that Kat Von D side looks more smoother, my pores are minimized, and the drugstore side, I use Essence and I can see my pores a bit more compared to the Kat Von D side. And both are matte. I did not powder after I did that method. I just applied my bronzer, my blush and highlight everything, and I did not have to powder again. If you can see this side, it's much more smoother than this side. I don't know, that's what I feel. For Kat Von D side, on my under eye, there is a bit of a cracking of my concealer. This side, where I use the drugstore side, it looks okay to me. On the drugstore side, on my nose, there is a patch over here that I could see in the mirror properly. I don't know if you guys can see it. So the pores looks much less in Kat Von D side compared to this one. I don't know what you guys think. So guys, this was my video for today. I hope you guys liked it. Like, honestly, I don't mind doing this thing because I don't have to powder later on, because this method claims to even make your foundation last throughout the day and block your oil. If you put powder before your foundation, what it does is it becomes a barrier on your skin to control your oil. I think I'm going to try this method for myself for a few days. I will let you guys know if it worked. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, bye guys.